Ladies and gentlemen, we all remember this, don't we? You know, it's the special verdict form from the Depp versus AH trial in 2022. And as you can see, a jury of AH's peers, they said yes to all of these questions, and they actually awarded Johnny Depp $15 million because, again, all the evidence proved that she was lying. Well, something has come out in the last couple of months where all of a sudden it's like an infestation of maggots. And the reason I say that is because we have recently seen so many people in the last, I think it's the last 2 months, all of a sudden throwing support against AH, saying horrible things about Johnny Depp, all these celebrities who have passed away and everything else, they're wishing it was Johnny Depp and all this kind of stuff. Which, to be honest with you, that just goes to show what type of person is supporting AH. And you know what they all say, you know, birds of a feather flock together and all that stuff. But in the last month, we have seen literally even more. And I think I found the reason why all these people all of a sudden are supporting AH. And again, are they being paid? Because something has cropped up. So this by here is, they're doing a little article. Mary Anne Frank is a professor, and she has released a book called Fearless Speech, Breaking Free from the First Amendment. And with this, she's going down with, obviously, the First Amendment history going on with that one there. They're talking about silencing women, Women in Power, a manifesto. They're going on with the laws of England, or how basically people were shutting up and everything else. But then they go into, by there, the events of this Salem witch trial in 1692. And where she's going on about all these women. Obviously, they were accused of doing witchcraft and all that, and playing with the devil's magic. So what's all that got to do with AH? Well, this by here. The witch hunt never really ended. In December 2018, actress and activist AH published an op-ed in the Washington Post titled, "I spoke up against this and faced our culture's wrath. That has to change." The editorial detailed all of this that she had received in the wake of speaking up about DA. While the op-ed did not name any perpetrators or specific events, it was widely assumed that she was referring to the verbal and physical allegations that she made about her then-husband Johnny Depp during their highly publicized divorce in 2016. And it does go on, you know, because straight away they'd go from there straight to Johnny Depp denied the allegations and sued the UK tabloid. When she's got that by there, she's thrown that little line in, oh, they referred to him as this. She hasn't detailed everything that happened with that court case. After hearing testimony from both AH and Depp, the UK court ruled in favour of the Sun, finding that his characterisation of Depp was substantially true. Now, if we can cast our minds back to that, Judge Nicole, who presided over the UK court case, his son was 2 people removed from Rupert Murdoch. Rupert Murdoch owns the Sun, so we have that one there. The judge's wife was attending parties and social dinners where, oh my god, AH and her law firm were. They were always at the same parties. You had that one there. Then you actually had the judge's best friend, who wrote the book on media law for the UK. Oh, one of his students is AH's lawyer. Oh, look at that. And again, we've actually got a timeline of all this, which I will leave a link below for you, because it was just absolutely bizarre how many people the judge was connected to on AH's side and the Sun's side. The judge should have said, no, I can't do this case because there is literally this cross paths here. I can't do it. So someone else needs to do it. But he didn't say that, did he? No. But then all of a sudden, he retired quietly around 8 to 10 months after that trial. I wonder why. But another thing that stopped in the UK trial, the judge, he didn't want to speak to the police officers, which there was a number of them, who actually went to AH's, well, Johnny Depp's apartment when she called him. Oh my God, we need police. We need police. Police turned up and they were like, you know, okay, we're going to tell everything that's happened. We've wrote everything down. There's body cam footage. But the UK judge didn't want to know that. I don't want to speak to those police officers. I don't want to see this. And straight away, everyone was like, so you don't actually want to speak to people of the law who has body cam footage showing that everything she said was a lie. The judge didn't care. So there was all of that. And obviously saying that it was, they find the son's allegations to be true, blah, blah, blah. Johnny Depp went to appeal, and the judges actually said, yeah, this shouldn't have happened. They should never have gone with her. That's what they said. And sadly, though, here in the UK, judges don't go against other judges. That's why appeals here in the UK is one of the worst things ever. You are very rarely going to win an appeal against a judge on a case like this. It's just the way it goes. But again, no, it's almost like, well, judges, judges are judges. We stick together. So there's that one there. But then, going back to here now, obviously it says that her op-ed, published 2 years after her divorce from Johnny Depp, she focused on the progress of the Me Too movement and the need for stronger legal protections for women and girls who have experienced this. I am 100% behind that, I am. But what I'm not for, though, is when people lie just to help themselves go forward, which is exactly what she did. As you can see by here, this is what she claimed. 2 years ago, I became a public figure representing DA. I felt the full force of our culture's wrath for women who speak out. The op-ed recounts the negative career consequences and threats to her safety she endured as a result. I had the rare vantage point of seeing in real time how institutions protect men accused of this. In February 2019, this is when he sued her for $50 million, saying that the allegations of this were a defamatory hoax and that she was actually the abusive party in their relationship. With that part by there, which, one of the things, Johnny Depp proved that 1,000,000 times over, which he did. And the people who haven't actually seen the trial, which is just mind-blowing, the ones who are defending her and the ones who are saying horrible things, they are just regurgitating from like a documentary that helps AH. Nothing to do with the actual 6 to 8 week trial over everything. They're just like, right, okay then. Oh, I saw this on the Netflix documentary. Well, I saw this online. You haven't seen the trial. This is the thing where people who actually watched the trial, they all sided with Johnny Depp because he had the evidence to prove and back him up. They don't like that though. But as it says by here, when they're going on, and this is the only thing, literally, one of the only thing that they had against him. Well, look at this text. It proves he's this. No, it doesn't. If you know Monty Python and you are a comedy fan, you know where this is from. But again, no, people who see this automatically, oh my God, this person's the devil. But then you had this by here, where he vowed that she was begging for global humiliation. So with that by there, straight away, I'm like, well, I know for a fact I'm innocent. I'll take this to court. And I will. I will lay everything out, which is exactly what Johnny Depp did. And she obviously then it says about, she was forced to describe on the witness stand and in front of the world details of this. Details that were then widely mocked by social media influencers, celebrities, and even corporate brands. Now, with this by there, the corporate brands that actually got involved, they got involved because AH mentioned their names. That's why. They mentioned their names. They mentioned the brands. And that's why they're like, no, sorry, we're not having anything to do with this. Do not use this. Which is what they came out with, the cosmetics company, because they showed off an actual makeup palette that AH said she's been buying for years, and it was the exact same one. That brand came out and went, that's what they did. But again, the corporate brands are against her. No. This person who has wrote this book, this is the reason why AH all of a sudden is having some PR behind her. And to be honest with you, I want to know where this money's coming from. Because she said she's broke. She can't pay anything. So where's the money coming from for all of this? More than likely, the PR guy who she hired, the one who's actually being done as a creep, the people who she said, these people are horrible. She hired him. Remember that as well. And this says that, she was mildly mocked. She was called a liar, this, that, and the monster. She was professionally blacklisted. Well, if she's professionally blacklisted, she wouldn't have made Aquaman 2. Just saying. And then you got, obviously, she's constantly surveilled by the press and the public and subjected to this and this. So, this person, this Mary Ann Frank, she wants to go out there and say that AH has got all of this. Just go on Twitter and put Johnny Depp's name in. Everyone who is supporting her, which all of a sudden is in the thousands, they are all wishing the exact same stuff on him. Don't care about that though, do you, Mary Ann Frank? Because you literally are just doing this. I'm selling a book. If I put her in it, it's going to get me millions of money. Yeah, it's not. This book is not going to be sold. Guarantee it. If it does, a couple of 100 copies, that's it. Because, again, when you've got something like this in it, this goes against the rest of your book. Because people will look at this and go, why are you putting in a liar? Why are you putting in someone who actually said, and it's on camera, it's on film, she's smirking, she's laughing, when details of the horrible things that Johnny Depp said happened to him, she is smirking and laughing at them. Come on. If you're being accused of something really horrible, you're not going to be sat there smirking. I'll put up a picture now of one of the smirks that she was constantly seen doing when Johnny Depp was up on the stand. Yeah, she was doing that throughout every single time Johnny Depp was asked a question about what she did to him. But again, people who are supporting her, they don't want people to know that because that goes against their narrative, which is basically, oh, I'm being paid by someone, let's just go out there and we'll say all this nasty stuff. That's all they're doing. But it does go on about, obviously, a few other things that people didn't like it and everything else. And then she's going on about the American free speech. You can say what you want, but the thing is, though, remember that there is literally consequences for your actions. That's all it is. And this person seems to be like, you know, she should never have happened to it. No, sorry. She announced that she had made the very difficult decision to settle. And in the statement, which she was saying, literally, I was defending my truth. I was saying my truth. Whenever anyone says my truth, you know they're lying. Because it's not the truth. But again, no, they don't want people to know this. But this is what we got, guys. Let me know down below what you think of all of this. Because I'm looking at this now and seeing all the people who are coming out. The ones who are supporting AH all of a sudden. They haven't been supporting her in the past. All of a sudden, they've popped up. You know, you got people on Twitter saying stupid shit like, it's not about wrong or right, it's about layers. Who are you, fucking Shrek? You know, it's so many things going on, it's just absolutely ridiculous. But let me know what you think about this down below, guys. If you are new to the channel, like and subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I will see you soon.